Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the New Nasty Boys. I'm your host this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you decide to watch or listen to this thing, Billy DeVore. And today we have a special guest. And we're coming to you in the middle of the week. What's going on? What is happening?
This rules.
It's rules. Hey, guess what? Stuff happens. We got to do it. I'm introducing our guest. I'm staying on track. I'm staying on brand from Locked On Reds. Make a lot of noise for Tim Daniel, everybody.
Man, I have been waiting for this invitation for quite a while, so I'm so happy. I actually asked you to be on my show with the hope that one day you would invite me on yours. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Dude, you're gonna come to the fart dungeon. We're gonna make it
Can't
happen.
wait. Can't wait.
We're gonna call it the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. It's gonna be great. You're gonna finally get to smell the stench down there. But Chris is out of town. Jake's out of town. Jake is in Seattle,
Cool.
and Chris is in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Cool. Never
Yeah.
been to Salt Lake City. I haven't done it. I actually haven't been to Seattle either, to be fair, but I
Okay.
would love to.
Salt Lake's beautiful. Chris is there converting to Mormonism,
Cool.
so he had to go to temple. And Chris,
Big BYU guy.
oh, dude, he's about to be. Don't. He's really gonna lean into it.
Love it.
And then Jake is in Seattle for a bachelor party. He went up to the woods, and like we said, he's going to be in the woods in the mountains, and they have turned him back into the bearskin rug. So we don't know when he'll be back. So, but yeah, so right now it's just us two.
Love it.
And dude, okay, I mean everybody listens has to know who you are, but give us a rundown, you know?
Yeah, so I'm Tim Daniel. I've been a long-time Reds podcaster now, about 5-6 years. Worked for companies such as I worked at Late Night Reds for a long time. Started that with Believe in 2021. After that broke up, I went to the Riverfront and brought that show with me. Brought my best friend Ben Brown on with me for a couple of years, and then now worked at Locked On Reds with Jeff Carr and Stephen Offenbaker. I do what's called the Postcast, for those who don't know. So I am on after a Reds game. I do a 15, 20-minute show. You and I did a 25-minute show tonight, recapping a huge Reds win, but it was so good, and the audience really loved it. And so I love getting to talk to Reds, and like I said on my show, Billy's one of my favorite people to just text and talk life with, not just baseball. So when this opportunity presented itself, I couldn't say no.
Yeah, and thank you, dude. This is so fun. I'm glad we're finally doing it. And like, we aren't going to have like our normal Reds rundown today. We're not doing that. What we're going to talk about is that you went to Bristol.
I did.
I went to Chicago to Ranters Fest. I made the right decision.
You did. You did. You absolutely did. I had friends who went to Chicago tonight for the Reds Cup series and said that they were debating between Wrigley and Bristol, and they for sure won. Like there's no L's there.
Yeah, I mean, here is my thing from the get with it. I saw they're like, it's going to be on a racetrack. It's going to be huge. I think I said it to you and a couple other people privately, just like, this is a made for TV event. There are so many people there. How is MLB going to pull this off? And guess what? They didn't. So,
No. So to the extent that the coolest thing about the event was actually seeing the field, because my big worry was that I was not going to be able to see from my seat. I was like pretty high up, like I would say catty quarter to the left field foul pole.
sure.
The only thing I would not have been able to see if there was a ball that was hitting the gap. That's the only thing I wouldn't be able to see. But like otherwise, man, like it was really cool. Like and seeing the field was the best part. Otherwise, everything else was a dump.
Did you feel really far away?
I did. It kind of felt like Roller Coaster Tycoon, where you just put stuff in different places. Like the stage that has the concert was like over to my right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the field was over to my left. And it's like you're seeing like the players do their like regular warm up and stretch, and you hear Tim McGraw. Well, I should say Tim McGraw is doing his show, and you can hear it in different points of where he's at in the show across the stadium, because they bring these speakers into the crowd. I guess it makes a ton of sense for NASCAR. I'm not a NASCAR guy. But like, I guess it makes a ton of sense there. But like for like music and baseball, it felt like it was just like a little off, because every speaker seemed like it was like a distance from each other and where it was in the sound.
Yeah.
So that was a little tough, but that's like the least of my complaints. Bristol is the sound of the music.
I thought it was so perfect how you brought up Roller Coaster Tycoon, where they just put stuff over there. Because I think they did actually build a bridge going into a lake that everyone fell in.
Yeah, yeah,
Eh.
for sure. Like the track was like, here's the top, and you go to the top of the hill, and there's no additional track, so it just
Yeah, you're just flying literally off the rails. Okay, so I want to kind of start with the beginning because I heard from some other folks too. Like getting in there, you drove from Cincy,
Mhm.
getting into the event, getting to Bristol. Like when you was the infrastructure and the traffic atrocious?
So getting in wasn't too bad. So I went in with Stephen Offenbaker and world famous Nancy Darlene. We all went to, I rode down with them. And Stephen, they came in from Hawaii. They stayed in Newport. They picked me up and rode in with them. We got an Airbnb in Bristol, like 20 minutes from the track. It was pretty sweet spot to be for
Yeah,
where we were going. And so getting there was not bad. We had the world's most unique Uber driver. I'm pretty sure she was something. Um,
okay. I would
yeah,
expect nothing less in Bristol, Tennessee.
correct. So she drops us off, and it was pretty long to get into the fan fest, and it was really funny because like you had to show they didn't scan your ticket to get into the fan fest, but you had to show your ticket on your phone, which is just this one person and like 100,000 people walking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that could be like anything. So, um, yeah. And so we get in and we go to the first merchandise line because Steve wanted to get some stuff, and I did too.
Sure.
And then it was like, oh, this one's taking forever. So the other one is on the other side, which, mind you, this fan fest is very small
Mm-hmm.
compared to the fact it's at a NASCAR track. It has campgrounds. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Right.
But but NASCAR's not running it. The people who run that racetrack aren't running it.
Correct. And that's like a point I'm going to make later as I continue my venting session
You
here.
you unravel.
Yeah, you said I could have beers for this, so I appreciate it.
Oh, come on. Yeah, and in the Ryan guys pint glass.
Yeah.
Come
So
on.
we go to the other merch line, and we're in line for about 45 minutes,
Yeah.
really. And we get to this point where we think we're turning to like get into like where we're supposed to go to get like through the rope, like the to buy. And these people are coming this other direction. They're like, no, we waited back there this whole time. We've been waiting an hour and a half. We got to go back there now. And we're like, what? Mind you, there is no infrastructure. There's no like someone guiding the lines. There's no someone like, hey, you go, like, no one's directing traffic. So we walk over there, which also so happens to be where the beer line is. And it's like,
Sure.
instead of it being like merch beer, it is merch beer. It is like this.
Oh
And
no.
that's when Jeff Carr comes by and he's like, I'm gonna get a beer, I think. And so yeah. And so at this point, we're like in the merch, we're like at the Defoe merch line, whatever it is. And Steve's like, what do you want to do, man? And I was like, it's like, I'm sure they're selling stuff inside. I was like, let's just go ahead and go into the track. Whatever. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to be inside the stadium all day because there was no reentry
Right.
baseball.
Sure.
And so we go like to the gate. I scan by ticket. Am I skipping ahead of what you wanted, by the way?
No, I'm letting you roll. I can always circle back, buddy.
Okay, perfect. All right, so
Iron
we
Trap.
go we go to scan. Steve and Darlene scan their tickets. They go in just fine. They scan mine and they're like, it's not reading. And I'm like, well, it's on my phone. I got it off SeatGeek, so I got to think it's like
Yeah.
real, right? And
Yeah.
they go, all right, go down to the guy at the end and he'll scan you in. Oh, backtrack. Totally
Sure,
forgot
sure.
this. What 400,000 people?
Yeah.
I saw one security guard the whole time. If someone like wanted to,
Yeah.
take us out, there was nothing fucking stopping them.
Nope. Well, you're in Bristol. Everyone's armed.
Correct.
Okay, let's be real here.
Yeah. And
Not a lot
so
of conceal, just carry.
yeah, that's the exact way to put it. So I go and I show the guy, and he's like, "Oh, you have to go down to the hill, and there's a little like booth over here, and you have to
Oh,
get a paper ticket." And I'm like,
really?
"Okay." So I go, "Can you just save my spot in line? And I'll come back through here." And he goes, "Well, I have to get my paper ticket then, so I don't have to like jump back in line." He goes, "No, sir, unfortunately, I can't do that." I'm like, "Okay." At this point, I'm annoyed.
Oh,
So I go,
and
I
you're
get
not
my
even in there. And you're
Correct.
already like, I'm annoyed.
Correct. So Steve's texting me like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Dude, I had to go get a paper ticket," and he's like, "In 2025?" I'm like, "I know." I know you can buy like the specialty one from like a Reds game, which is
Yeah.
cool. But yeah,
That,
so I go get my paper ticket.
yeah,
Go
that's
ahead. I'm
gotta
sorry.
that paper ticket has to be worth something though.
I gave it to a kid. You know.
Okay, okay, good guy.
Right. Right. Yeah. Damn me for that.
Yeah.
So finally get in, and Steve's like, "All right, I'm in the merch line." Billy, we waited an hour and a half in the merch line. We get up to the top there finally to get our stuff. There are single-handedly no Reds merchandise available. I just wanted the hat. That's all I wanted was the hat. The hat was sold out in the whole stadium.
Wait a minute. I heard this. This is crazy because they banked on like Braves fans. And if you go off of the statistics that you get from MLB, the Reds are in the bottom 5% of merchandise sales.
Mhm.
So I get it. I totally get it on their end. But also, fuck off.
Yeah.
Have a few thousand more because guess what? There's going to be 85,000 people there. Like
Yes.
you have to have what I like to say is you have to have at least 10% of what your max capacity is for an item if you're
Oh,
having a big event.
100%. 100%, dude. Like, I've been to like huge WWE shows, got the t-shirt I needed in a
Mm-hmm.
line where I waited for an hour and a half. Not
Yeah.
an issue. Like, not to say like, WWE treats their fans better than MLB does, obviously.
Yeah.
Do they? I don't know. Maybe I should backtrack that statement after recent events. But
Yeah, but also like when you think about it too, it's being ran by fanatics. So
right.
what they don't bring, it's not like they're not going to be able to sell. They can just mark it down on their website.
Yeah, it's on their website right now, still full price. I'm waiting to see it drop down because I want the LA jersey. I'm not even gonna front. Not even gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Uh so yeah, we get that whole thing. And I was sitting in a different spot than Steve and Darlene because those who don't know, Auntie Darlene is an older woman. And
Mm-hmm.
so Steve wanted to make sure she was in a place where she could walk around and be safe and secure and stuff. And
Sure.
totally get it, totally respect it. And he got the
Mm-hmm.
tickets like the day they went on sale. So
Good on
I'm
him.
yeah, for sure, for sure. That's where he got it right. And so I'm like up top, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna sit in my seats for 4 hours waiting for a baseball game to start.
No, I'm walking around. I'm
Yeah,
going to take it all in. I'm going to start doing laps like I'm the slowest car out there.
yeah. So I start walking around, just like, let's take it in, man. Let's see what this is like. I've never been to a NASCAR track before. I probably never will be at one again. Um,
Well,
and
wait till they play cricket there.
right, right, yeah. Um, which like Tennessee and Virginia Tech played a college football game there a few years ago,
I
and
saw that.
it was ran extremely smooth from what everyone was saying. Um,
Hmm. It's
I
almost
know.
like they knew how to operate at a large venue.
Yeah, for sure. Like I asked the people who were like that I talked to who were like live in the area, and they're like, we never have these dishes for NASCAR races. And
Mm-hmm.
it's the tour, so they're only at NASCAR for one weekend a year. So
Yeah.
like you would think like there was a model they could have set for like for baseball could have been like, oh, that's how they do it. We should do the same thing. No, obviously not. So
No.
dude, all right. So I'm like looking around trying to find food. And this is before like the whole debacle, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because
I
we were
find this.
texting each other on the way down. I was like, because I was on my way to Chicago and I was like, they released the food. And it was like, it looked
I
good.
was so excited.
Yeah, I
I
said
was
it
like,
was like the spicy corn wheels. I was like,
"Mhm."
this looks awesome. They had like the Cincinnati chili cheese coney and then like an Atlanta dog together.
Deep
And
fried ribs. Like,
yeah, like I was like, okay, all right, you're
yeah,
stepping it up.
I'm gonna die happy this weekend from clogged arteries, man. Like,
Yeah,
full on.
yeah, they're gonna have to cut off your foot in the pit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
No, not happening.
no.
Um, and so I find this like self-service area, and I get this like maybe the worst hot dog I've ever had. Like, it was pretty brutal. And they
Oh,
also I made the mistake. The whole like don't buy food from a gas station. Like,
I
I
have
think,
no idea what you're talking about. I'm a connoisseur of the gas station, but
yeah,
yes, don't get gas station sushi.
yeah. So they had the thing where they were selling chicken wings, and I was like, YOLO, right?
Sure, man.
I bit into one, man, and like I was like, oh, that chicken is still very red. I was like, I am not going to take a chance on this. And so I run into a good friend Branch Brown, talked to him for a little while. He like was going to NASCAR races in Bristol since he was a kid, so he was like always he knew what he was doing. He knew how to like
Yeah.
get around. And he's like, this is weird. He's like, this is nuts. He's like, it's never. I've been to Bristol so many times. It's never been like this.
I also have to assume that like it's an oval and it's like the setup is very easy.
Oh, dude, like the stadium itself, like inside the stadium is really cool. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
really neat. They really lean into like I'm like we just said, like we aren't NASCAR people, so like I
No.
don't know anything about NASCAR lineage. Like I don't know who's like the GOAT of like NASCAR by any means. Um, but like
Intimidator.
yeah, raise hell, praise Dale.
Yeah.
But like the people who do love it, and I respect the hell out of that. I love that. I love the pageantry that people feel for it. I think it's great. But yeah, the stadium itself was like really neat. Like you could see
Mm-hmm.
like they like really have a lot of like great history there, like all the wonderful NASCAR events that have happened there. And they're like playing like montage videos like before the game because it's like, well, these people can't fucking leave, so we got to do something for them. Um, yeah, and
Roll
it's like
that beautiful car footage.
it's rating a little bit this time, but you're like,
Yeah.
no big deal. It's like 4:30, so you're like, this should pass, right?
Yeah.
And they get to the Tim McGraw concert, and I don't blame Tim McGraw for this, but
Mm-hmm.
the sound quality was total shit.
Yeah,
Like,
they're just moving the speakers around and stuff.
yeah, and again, I'm not a country music person either. Like, Tim McGraw is not my cup of tea. I'm not sitting in my backyard drinking whiskey listening to Tim McGraw.
No, you're a pit bull guy.
Yeah, for sure. For the 44 seconds he was on stage for
Yeah.
being advertised. Um, yeah, and so I'm like, at this point, I've walked around, I've done everything I possibly can. I'm like, just fucking get to the game. Like, I can't, I'm so bored. And I see the player intros, which are really cool. It's like, okay, this is neat. This is solid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a decent seat. I'm not around people. Like, here's the funny thing. Like, Jeff, Steve, and I always joke about this with Locked On, where like, if you're going to a game with Jeff and Steve, everyone knows who they are.
Right.
Everyone goes up to them. Everyone's like, hey, how are you? I love the show. We always make the joke, in Avengers Endgame when those kids go up to Incredible Hulk to take a picture,
Yes.
and Paul Rudd goes, "You guys want a picture with me? I'm Ant-Man.
Ah.
I'm Ant-Man. Yeah, I'm for sure Ant-Man." And like Steve and I laugh about it all the time. We just like crack up about it. And the thing is, like, I don't care. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I love talking to people. I love getting to know people, but like, there is still something nice about getting in and out of a baseball game and just being able to get home to your family on time.
Yeah, sure.
And so this one guy, this is actually a really funny story. This guy like sees Steve when we're in the merch line earlier. This is backtracking. And he's like, Steve, hey, how are you? Love the show. And he catches eyes with me, and I think tell immediately he felt bad. He goes, "Oh, Tim, I love the postcast, man." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate it." But I knew he was like, "Ah, fuck, I gotta say hey to this guy too."
Yeah,
Like,
the add-on. It's just
yeah,
like, oh man. It's like that guy who you like the friend group you've been hanging out with, and you're like, fucking forget that guy's name, but he's been staring
right.
at me all weird all night. I guess I gotta say bye to him too.
I was like, I hate that I made eye contact. I probably made that guy feel incredibly awkward. You know what I mean? And there was some like the guy behind me in the merch line goes, "I know I recognize you guys from somewhere." And I was like, "Look, I'm not trying to say like everyone should know who we are,
Yeah.
but we're pretty unique looking humans. Like,
Yeah.
if you follow the Reds, chances are you know who we are, right? Like,
Bingo.
kind of thing." And I'm not trying to be like arrogant by any means, but it's
No.
like, yeah,
You've been at it a while. That's a part of it.
yeah, especially like Steve. Steve looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Yeah.
like flat out.
Yeah, he looks
Um,
like he fits in Bristol.
yeah, he really does.
Yeah.
But he does not by
No, he
any
does not.
means.
No,
And
he doesn't.
so they do the player intros, and that's cool. Like, I'm like, oh, this is neat. Like, this is gonna be pretty excited. They do the national anthem. They do the whole thing with like, Austin Elmore said this on Cincy 360 this week, and I didn't realize it, but Kyle Busch has this huge like picture, but like on the like, there's this like walls like the history of Bristol,
Mm-hmm.
and his name is Busch.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch. on the Jumbotron, that is like Colossus, basically, as Tommy Thrall described it if you listen to the game Sunday.
I did.
They spelled hit Bushe.
MLB or wait.
It had to have been. It had to have been. There's no way someone as a NASCAR like employee
Oh
would have
my
done that. There's absolutely no way. Because
gosh.
like Kyle Busch is like
Legend.
Steph Curry basically for NASCAR. Like
Yeah, recent legend, just like dominant, won like all the races a lot.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he had a weekend where he swept the whole tournament. Like he won the truck race
Yep.
and won like whatever the second tier NASCAR and then the NASCAR race
Yeah,
on
the
the
Xfinity, and then yeah.
you know more than I do. See, look at that.
Dude, I just fall asleep watching Sports Center too
Yeah,
much.
I feel yeah. And so
Okay.
at this point, it starts pouring rain, like right after like they introduced the players, and you know you can't control rain, right? Like so you can't be too upset about that. And I'm not. I'm not mad about the rain. I'm just like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
But like, no self service at all.
Yeah, shut it down.
So I am scared at this point.
Sure.
Like, and I know like it sounds silly, but in the world we live in now, like I'm
Yeah.
literally like, so I'm like trying to text my wife because my wife's back home with my daughter. So I'm like, if something happens to my kid, I
Yeah.
have no idea. I have no like,
Wow.
yeah, I was like freaking out. And then it's like, and so it's pouring rain. I can't get a hold of Steve. Thank God we made like an escape plan for like meet here because he was there. Um, and because and like so we get to get like we're like sit there and we wait it out. We wait it out. We're like, we'll just wait till it dies down, everyone leaves, and we'll get an Uber. And that's when they're like, oh, they took the tarp off the field. And so we're like, all right, cool. We're finally gonna get a game. This rules. And like Steve and I go up to our seat. Oh yeah. I go get a pizza from Domino's there. That's kind of dope. They have Domino's
They have a
as a
full
concession.
Domino's?
Dude, like,
Dude, do they have the tracker like you ordered and then you pulled out your phone and it's like, oh, they're cutting the slice right now. Sweet.
buddy.
Oh, Angela spit in it. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like, so at this point, they've run out of like food everywhere.
that's
And like,
nuts.
yeah. So I didn't know about the like lack of hot dog buns and cheese for nachos until
Bro,
afterwards.
bro, it's a fucking baseball game. The one thing you cannot the two things you can't run out of. Hot dogs with buns and beer.
Right.
And they
Yeah.
screwed the pooch and ran out of both.
Dude, it gets better. So as I'm like in line trying to get a pizza from this Domino's, and it's like, mind you, it's the worst pizza I ever had. It was basically dough, this
It
much
is.
sauce, and cheese. And like not even good cheese. Like I could like so the people in front of me, they ran out of boxes. These people are carrying a hot pizza on wax paper. Like and we're out of food everywhere in this stadium. This like
Gosh,
this
nothing.
young this young couple behind me, they're so sweet. And she's like, I need food. She's like, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I need to
Yeah.
be fed. And I'm like, oh shit. I didn't even think about that. I was like, please go in front of me. Please. I was like, if I can't eat, but you can, like, go. That's fine.
What a
And
guy.
they're like, no, 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 I can't. I was like, well, I'm not gonna have you have like I don't know, like a penicillin attack or something because I got a pizza and you didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I'm not letting the sugars win today. Okay.
Right. And so
Dude.
we finally get to the point where like I get my pizza. They have boxes at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I meet up with Steve. Steve's like, I got you a Mick Ultra because he's like, you didn't have a choice. And I was like, no, I will take it.
Yeah.
They play like through the first inning. Chase Burns is like rocking. You're like, all right, cool. This is
Yeah.
neat. And mind you, there's the cell service is so bad we couldn't see the radar. But we could tell like
This is bad.
seems off here. Yeah. That's when you text me. You're like, did you have a poncho? And I was like, buddy, no, he did not. Um, and they start playing. You're like, the Reds have like that rally. You're like, this is cool. And then they're like trying to squeegee the infield. And
Mhm.
Steve's like, dude, we're fucking leaving. Fuck this. And I was like, cool, fine by me.
Yep.
So I was like, we try to go down and we try to get an Uber, like everyone else is in the city. And so the surge prices are just getting higher and higher and higher, and all the Uber drivers keep canceling on us.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, we're fucked. And I'm like, why do they keep canceling? And then someone comes down on like one of those like bike taxi things and it's like, oh yeah, they shut down the road on both sides. I'm like, what? was like, how are we supposed to get home? Like, what the fuck? So this guy's like, look, dude, he's like, hop in here. I'll ride you over to this parking lot. Mind you, we've been trying for an hour and a half at this point to get an Uber. Like Steve's on his phone,
That's
like constantly.
insane.
Steve's on Uber and Lyft. I had to give Steve my portable phone charger because my phone was not able to get Uber for some reason because the service was so bad.
Whoa.
And I feel like a dick because like Steve's like doing everything he can for like Darlene and I can't be helpful.
Yeah.
I felt awful. And so we get brought to this like little strip and try the same thing, having issues, can't get an Uber. After this guy was like, I'll take you here and just ripped us off $20 basically.
Hmm.
Um, and so finally I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like we're stranded here. Like my wife is like, please let me know when you get back to the Airbnb. Like, are you okay? Like, are you all right? Like, I'm like, oh, good. I can finally text my wife. That's good. All these are like filled in at one time. You know, when your phone like catches back the
Oh
signal?
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you're like, oh, people do care about you.
Yeah.
Great.
Zzz, 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 zzz,
Right.
zzz, zzz.
You're like, my phone's on 4%, so I hope you didn't text me many more times. Like, um, and so thankfully, like I've said earlier, Branch Brown, really good friend. WV Red Legs are on socials. If you guys don't follow him, he's
Yeah.
the best human being possible. I text him and I'm like, dude, like we can't get an Uber. He goes, all right. He's like, give me 20 minutes. Where are you? And I was like, I don't know. I sent him my location. He's like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll be there in 20 minutes. Came and picked us up. It's like 12:30 in the morning.
Oh.
And comes and gets Steve, Darlene, and I and takes us to our Airbnb. And Steve's like, dude, I'm starving. And that's what I texted you. I was like, we ordered like $80 worth of sheets because we were so hungry. It's like 1:30 in the morning, and we're just sitting there eating like made to order like chicken sandwiches and burgers and
Ooh.
tacos. Like, and I was like, I never thought coming to Tennessee for a baseball game that my highlight would be gas station food. I was like, but this
Well,
almost makes up for the whole trip.
think about this though. Sheets had more options than the venue and race car track that had 85,000 people at it.
Yeah,
This is
for
how
sure.
much MLB screwed the pooch. They,
Yeah,
my whole thing that I'm shocked by, actually, I'm not. It is the definition of Major League Baseball
oh shit.
is, hey, we know you really like this product, but we couldn't give two shits less.
For sure.
So here's the thing you want on hot wax paper. This is going to hurt you
Yeah.
and it's going to leave you feeling empty.
I didn't even get to the fact that like they weren't letting us resell our tickets. Like they blocked all additional ticket sales. Like,
The other thing that I don't understand that that does not compute to me is that with Bristol, with every other NASCAR race, people bring in their own coolers, they bring
yeah,
in their own food. It's a party.
oh,
And that's the
for
best that
sure.
you're supposed to you're trying to recreate that atmosphere at a baseball game. Instead, you baseball gamed it.
Yeah, you
And
did.
you screwed everybody out of that part of the experience. You didn't let them bring in soft coolers. You didn't let them bring in their own food. And they said, guess what? You're screwed.
So
You're
the next
ours.
day when they were out of food and they didn't have a choice,
They're like,
and
oh, we should do what they do normally here at the racetrack.
they're like, oh, you guys do what? You're like, let people bring in food? Like, fucking hey, why don't we think of that?
Novel concept.
Yeah, so my wife was like, you can stay, you can go to the game. And Steve and I were like, fuck no.
Uh-uh.
And,
Go home.
yeah, I was like, I'm done. I was like, I can't, I was like, I can't. And so, like I have a 2-year-old at home, man. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I hope you had a great time with a 2-year-old by yourself all weekend while I went to a baseball game. Like,
While I was trying not to drown at the Bristol Lakeway. And
yeah.
dude, I mean, I feel for you, man. It really sucks, but like, I
But you also told me so.
I kind of did,
You
and
did.
I'm not
Yeah.
that guy. I'm not that guy who's like,
No, no. But
I don't
like,
want to be that guy.
but I text you like what, a month and a half ago. I was like, hey, are you gonna go? And you were like, no, because it's probably gonna be a shit show.
Yeah,
And I was like, you're
yeah,
probably right, but the vibes are gonna be great.
and
Vibes were not great.
the vibes were not great. Do you think the comparison of calling it the Fire Festival of MLB is very apt after living it?
Hmm. I actually said to multiple friends that whenever like, because you know how Netflix has that sports series now where it's like Untold, the story of whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, when the day comes into the Bristol one, I better fucking get a phone call. Like, Red's podcast sure wants to talk about this experience for sure.
Oh, 100% you. And dude, Pat Brennan, friend of the pod, works for Cincinnati.com. Did you see his setup?
Yeah,
He had one of the pizza boxes, which like they probably should have given that to somebody who needed pizza, and just had it craned over his laptop, protecting it. I'm like, that's gonna last 5 minutes, dog. Get out of there.
yeah. Get your unheard of stickers away from that pizza box. They don't get destroyed.
Yeah, dude. And so the other thing I don't understand, there's two things. One, you brought up how they played a college football game there. I totally get that. But these are professional athletes. You're telling me that that grass and that dirt was deep enough that they weren't destroying their knees out there?
Dude, I literally like so when Matt McLean rounds second to get to third on the Ellie hit,
Yeah.
you just saw all this water just shoot in the air real fast.
Oh,
And I was scared for him. I was like, look, I was like, if I lose Matt McLean here, as a Reds fan, I'm suing
serious.
Bristol. I'm suing Bristol.
Yeah. I have a
And I know
case
there's
against the league.
and I know there's some Reds fans here who are like, oh, lose Matt McLean. Like, no, they won't be fucking better without Matt McLean. Shut the fuck up.
No,
Like,
eat shit.
yeah. Like they will be significantly worse without Matt McLean.
Yes.
That's besides the point of Bristol. But like I was like, oh my God. So like even Steve and like Steve and I are like, of course, we want to see a baseball game more than anybody. But we also understand like that these are human beings.
Yeah, dude, who have been there all day doing media, riding little go-karts on the field, and then their clubhouse is what looks like a shanty or somewhere where they did tests on ET.
Dude,
Like,
it looks like independent wrestling. Like when you go like to the flea market and they have like a little dressing room. That's what it looked
yeah,
like.
it looked like a response team. It looked like could have thrown the American cross like American cross X on there or what cross, and everybody like, yeah, no, we're administering vaccines, and it's like, no, actually, Brent Suter's in there wearing a bald cap.
Okay, so you mentioned it, and I was going to bring up the other thing too, is that obviously this isn't the first time either that baseball's done something like that. Like this is the first time they've had this sort of attendance. I get that, but like Field of Dreams one was awesome.
But
Like
they
it
were
was
at
so cool.
Fields.
Right. When they did Wembley Stadium, the Yankees Red Sox had that like 14-13 game or whatever was just like pure insanity.
Yeah,
That was cool as shit. The Reds played in Mexico City against the Cardinals. Like was this 17 or 18?
no,
That's awesome.
it was 19 because
Yeah,
that's
that
when
was awesome.
they were launching homers. They're like 2 miles in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm like, what worked there that didn't work here besides rain? Because you can't say this is rain's fault. Like you one didn't make sure there was enough security.
hmm,
So if someone had like came in and just wanted to like let loose on 90,000 people, there was nothing stopping them.
yeah,
Two, you didn't think like on baseball, I should have hot dogs, like you said, or
yeah.
beer.
Hmm.
Like three, like you didn't like I whatever. I mean, I'm shocked that the thing I'm the least upset about is the fact that I'm out $100. Like I
Yeah,
think that's probably the thing I should be the angriest about. But and like I get it. A lot of people in an area, like you can't be mad that your phone's not working. It's just how
right.
life goes. But like that was just awful.
Yeah,
And
man.
it didn't have to be awful. It didn't have to
No.
be as bad as it was because the best thing about Bristol, Billy, is the way it looks on MLB The Show.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It looks so neat. And you're like, I'm going to play a ton of games here. This rocks. And then, like, in real
Heartbroken.
life, yeah, right. It's just so, I don't know, man.
You got to be glad you lived it, that you did it, and that you
Am I
survived.
though?
I
I'm happy
mean,
I survived. I'm happy that, like,
yeah.
I got home to my family.
Oh, dude, I've been in some. I mean, Yeah, I've had something very similar. I'll have to tell you about some other time, but like just music venues and stuff, like being waterlogged at Bonnaroo, and then like trying to go see Tame Impala, and both times I've tried to see them, it's been rained out. Like, and I will always remember that stuff and be like, man, it's just like at least I tried, and at least you tried, but it's like. I think MLB, this is going to make them have to be better. And
I
like,
don't think they're gonna do another Speedway Classic. I think
no,
there's just no way they're gonna like go with this because like there was no positivity that came out of this.
none.
Even Braves fans who watched their team win the game the next day were like, "That sucked."
The Reds should have won that game. The momentum was there from the rip, and then the rain happened. And the one thing I was watching it, like I'm watching my phone in Chicago, watching like at 5 o'clock, and I'm like looking at the updates and at 4 o'clock their time, and I'm like, they're not gonna play this game tonight. And they tried to force it. And I think that the key to all of this is going to have to be like they're going to move and play more games in Europe and stuff and be like retractable roof. I don't know, maybe, probably. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I don't
like
think
if
it's I don't think it's going to sway them from doing something like this, but I think they're going to have to find somewhere where it's like they can't have weather as the element.
I agree with you. Like if the Reds one year play the Mariners in the Tokyo series, which they never will, obviously because of the fact that the Reds like to have GABP be where they start the season.
Right.
Um, I would be there. I would go. Like that
Yeah.
would be awesome. That would be just so neat to see the pageantry.
Mm-hmm.
But like something like this, man, like also Tokyo is like safe, like for the most part.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's that whole thing.
Yeah.
There aren't a bunch of like rednecks with like you said, there's no conceal and carry, it's strictly carry.
Right.
Yeah. Um, but just a like -7 out of 10, like not even a 0 out of 10, full on -7. Don't recommend it. It was
Mm.
really heartbreaking because I thought it was going to be the coolest baseball game I ever experienced,
And
and
it
it was
was
everything but.
that sucks. Well, we got under 2 minutes here, which is a bummer, but this hey, leave them wanting more,
Yeah,
and we'll have you in the fart dunge. But like, dude, I think that's a great takeaway. It's just like I thought it was gonna be cool. It wasn't cool. MLB screwed everybody over. Fanatics screwed over Reds fans specifically. Will MLB learn from this? We'll have to see what's coming up, but um give the people what they want. Where can they see give us all the plugs, baby?
all right. Well, yeah, there's a lot of them. So, yeah, if you want to check out, I'm on the Locked On Reds feed. So I'm there after every Reds game on the Reds postcast. We're live on YouTube 10, 15 minutes after every game. Then we're in every audio feed shortly after that. If you love basketball, which is also my true love, I've covered the Cleveland Cavaliers for a show called The Block, The Shot, The Stop. And if you love Walt Disney World and Universal Studios, I also am a Disney and Universal Studios travel agent. So find me at Tim the Travel Agent, and I promise you, I will make sure you have the best vacation you possibly can have.
That's what I love to hear. Dude, thank you for coming on and doing
Billy,
this with
thank
me.
you.
Dude, I know you needed it. So we're going to have you in the fart dunge, the four
Can't
horsemen of the
wait.
apocalypse. It's going to be awesome. But dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for watching and or listening. And as always, go Red Legs.